It's funny. I've never seen the show, but I know Gary Canyon. Oh, yeah. Yes, I love that.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well this morning. Little technical difficulties, but I think we got everything worked out.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, let me turn down my volume a little bit. How's your Saturday going, sir?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I just woke up not too long ago. But good. It's
Shiny
good.
hiney.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I got a sick kid at my house. My middle
Oh,
son is
no.
up with I think he's had some sort of food poisoning.
Oh, that's rough.
Throwing
I'm
up.
sorry about that. That's a problem.
Oh yeah. And let's see, yesterday being Friday the 13th, we wanted to watch some spooky movies with the kids last night. So
Mhm.
of course our daughter, she's 5, she's too small. So she was, we watched a couple of like Mickey Mouse Halloween things with her, and then she went to bed. And then our 13-year-old and our 11-year-old, our boys, we decided to show them the Blair Witch Project, which we
Ooh,
had to tell them the difference between a fake movie and a documentary. We're like, a
yes.
documentary is real, it's a real thing, it's like, it's not fake. And so we kind of made them believe like the whole movie is like actually real, like it actually really happened, kind of like the marketing tried to do with us back in the
Right.
90s. And so we watched it. And my middle son, I mean, my 13-year-old, he was completely unfazed. He was like, yeah, whatever. He was completely unfazed throughout the entire thing. But my 11-year-old was like, this is boring. When's it going to get scary? This is just dumb. Like, what's the point? And then, like, in the last, like, 20 minutes of the movie, 15 minutes, when Josh goes missing,
Yeah.
then he starts, inching closer to us, and then he's like, where's Josh? What happened to him? Where is he? And, and it's like, oh my God, that bundle's got his shirt on it. Oh, those are his teeth. Oh, he's dead for sure. They got his teeth. And he's like, why is he still screaming for him in the woods? And so he was like completely freaked out.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it, he was just like terrified. Like he was just like,
After you should go, let's go camping next weekend, guys.
Yeah. We've been camping before, but I'll probably never get him to go camping again now.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so
we had a Friday the 13th also, but not in a good way. We just had a lot of issues with her work and just blah. So it ended okay, but it didn't go the way we wanted to. But that's all right. That's all right. Everything worked out.
Oh wow, people are back. Mockumentary though, that's right.
What's up, Terrence? I can't see I'm on my phone, so I can't see comments today. Usually I like to read the comments.
So we watched the original Blair Witch, the one that's, like actually like a documentary.
The real deal.
Not the sequels. I will say that the last one that came out was pretty good. I always wanted to play the video game. I always wanted to play the video game, but I never did. I hear the video game is really good. It was complicated. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Yeah, all the marketing for it was yeah, that's right. It wasn't meant to be seen on its own. It was meant to like there was all this whole like viral marketing campaign around that movie that really helped sell it as like the real deal. But yeah, man. I think I didn't have my office like deconstructed like last Saturday. And so I had some people ask me this week on the comments, what's going on? Like, where are all my toys? Like, am I being put out? And it's like, no, I'm
like, you're out of here.
Yeah. I'm tweaking my office. And we're getting ready to paint. We'll probably go and get some paint today. I don't know how soon I'll be able to like paint it and get everything, but it's just there's a lot of moving pieces. Literally, I have to move a lot. I have to put a lot. I only have enough storage tubs, for everything that I've pulled down. So basically, I have to like paint half of the room and then like put the shelves up and put the figures back on the shelves, and then I'll have the tubs free to like pull everything down on the other side of the room. put those in
stages.
those tubs. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll have to do it in stages. And so yeah,
You have to let me know what
slow.
color you pick too.
Yeah, I'm pretty
It is
sure
purple.
of the three purples.
Yeah.
I'm
Rihanna
pretty
said
sure I'm
purple.
going.
I'm like, no, it's
Yeah,
purple.
I
Yeah, that's a
think I'm
beautiful
going with
color.
this one. I think it's called, what is this one called? It is called Chakra. That's the one I liked in the store. I still dig it. So
Yeah, it's nice. It's got like a little bit of reddish in it, or it's kind of like a real vibrant purple.
yeah, you giving her the play by play.
Yeah.
So oh yeah, Terrence is still talking about Blair Witch. So I'll tell you. So my Blair Witch story is that I had a friend of mine whose dad was the manager of a movie theater when I was in college when the movie came out, and uh, and his name was Greg. His name was Greg, and so Greg. He met me, like we met on campus one day, and he goes, "Hey, my dad just got in that movie, like all these websites are going up about and everything, the Blair Witch Project." And he was like, "We can go today." It was like the day before it opened. He's like, "We can go today and we can watch it, but we have to go at noon." And I was like, "All right, that's cool. Let's go do it."
Oh yeah.
And so we went that day at noon and we watched it, and we came out of the movie theater at like 1:30 in the afternoon, like 1:40. And I was walking to my car like 1:40 in the day, like in the middle of the day, and I was terrified.
Yeah.
Like that movie was so scary. And my wife's Blair Witch story is that back when you used to could exit out of the doors, like
Mhm.
at the front of the movie theater that would lead outside, those emergency exits. You used to could go out those doors and just walk around the building and go to your car if you didn't want to like go through the front lobby and go through all the people. And so when my wife went to go see it with her friends when it first came out, they decided to exit out. It was at night, and they exited out, and the movie theater was up against the woods. It was like up against
Oh
this big
damn.
wooded area. So
Nope.
they literally had to walk around between the building and some woods to get around the building. And there's no lights
No.
back there just to get to your car. And so yeah, Terrence, me and you both. I was all over it. The websites, the books, Heather's journal. Like I absorbed all of that stuff. Like I was enthralled with it. McFarlane Toys eventually made a Blair Witch action figure because we'd
I
never
remember
seen
that.
her in the movie. In that movie, we never saw her, and so they made a Blair Witch action figure. It was like
Hmm.
his take on what she would have looked like. I had that for a long time. So yeah, I was all about it. I was all about it. The sequel's not so much. The second movie
It
was
was okay.
rushed and just yeah,
Yeah.
it just wasn't a thing for me. And then they kind of fell off after that. But the newest one, the one that came out a couple of years ago, was
I
was
haven't
pretty
seen that
decent.
one. I'll check
It's
it
pretty
out.
decent. It's
I
pretty
do love
scary.
scary movies. Yeah, we started
My
watching The Watchers, which is like a
mm,
Shamalian, or is it Shamalian's daughter? And
oh yeah, Shyamalan's daughter. Yeah,
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 and
we
then we
watched that. It's
switched.
really good.
Yeah, she started getting phone calls, so we just turned it off. So we didn't get to watch it all. So we'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah, Pamela and I last night we watched a movie called Oddity, which is a
I've
new
heard of that.
horror movie, and I highly recommend it.
Hmm.
It
I'll
is
check it out.
it's really good. I would not say that it's like a you know it's kind of like a lower budget horror movie.
Mhm.
It kind of feels, I don't know anything about the filmmaker and the writer, um, so I don't know if it's his first film or not. It kind of feels like a first film,
Mhm.
but I will say that it was really good. It had a good story, and I telegraphed the end. Like at the very end, I was like, "This better happen. Like A, B, C better happen at the last 3 minutes of this movie." And sure enough, like A, B, C happened. I was so happy with that. Like
Nice.
I literally set up, and I'm like, "If this happens, like in the next 3 minutes, this is the greatest movie of all time." And it
Yeah.
did, and I was like, "Oh, this is exactly how I would have ended this movie."
How'd you
And
guys?
it did. It's
Is it on a
definitely
streaming
check it
site?
out.
Or?
So a friend of mine had it. He pulled it
Oh,
down on his server. I probably shouldn't say that publicly, but yeah,
that's all
yeah.
right.
I got to watch it for free on like a friend's. It's like his
Right
own
on.
personal server. So I don't know if it's out. I know it's like it's out to rent. So it's called Oddity. If you ever forget, just text me and
Okay,
I'll
I'll
tell you.
check it out.
I'll tell you what it was. So all right, man. Let's get into it. Let's. let's see here. Let's get into our hauls. You got some stuff to show off?
I do.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Where is it? Sweet. I got quite a bit this week as well.
All
I
right,
wasn't expecting to
you
have
go
this much.
first, buddy. What you got?
So I do want to show off a couple things that I got. Well, from friends. Let me say that I got some stuff from some friends.
Okay,
So the
what you
first
got?
thing that I got this week, it's from our own buddy Terrence St. John. Hooked me up with this guy right here, which is the Turtles of Grayskull Leonardo.
Nice.
He hooked me up with this because I had these figures. I had like the whole first wave like pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store, and then I started seeing them in stores. They started showing up. I think I've seen Leo 3 or 4 times, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not worried about it. Like, I'll get him. I've got him all pre-ordered." And then slowly, like after weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, I mean, maybe I could have just said months. After months, my Big Bad Toy Store orders started shipping. Like, here's Donatello, here's Raphael, here's Michelangelo. They started coming in sporadically, but Leo still hasn't come in on Big Bad Toy Store, at least in the order in which I ordered it. Like, however Big Bad Toy Store decides to ship stuff out, I don't know. But in my order, he still hasn't shipped, and he's starting to like go up in price. Like, he's up $50, $60, $70 on eBay in the package. And I had mentioned it to Terrence at one point, and he's like, "I think I have a buddy of mine who can hook you up. I think he's got some." But his friend's like kind of hard to nail down. And he's like, "You want him in the package, right?" And I'm like, No. Loose is completely fine because I just want the guy. And he's like, "Well, I've got an extra loose one. I'll just sell it to you." So he sold me this one, shipped it to me, got here super
Terrence
fast.
the
So
man. Good job,
Terrence
Terrence.
coming in clutch. I
Enabling.
couldn't have, they're already getting ready to release the second Leo, like Leo in like he's got like a hood up, and I'm like, this is going too deep for me. I just want the original releases. So I have like 10 of the figures, but it's the only one I didn't have. So thank you, Terrence, for hooking me up with that. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Terrence. My first share for show and tell. There was a movie in the 80s, and a lot of us old fogies would know it probably, called Megaforce. Have you ever heard of it? No, never heard of Megaforce? Dude, look it up.
No.
It's so bad, it's good. But the main guy was kind of this cheesy. It was like a military branch that had like special like vehicles. At the end, there's a motorcycle that could fly. The cars, the dune buggies had like paint so that when it was dark, like it turned dark. I don't really remember a lot of it, but anyways, so I always wanted like toys from that movie, and they never did. So Eagle Force, which is a toy line that I'm into now by Fresh Monkey Fiction, they're doing 1/18th scale, and so they made a Maverick, which is the name of the guy from Eagle or Megaforce. They made one of him. It sold out really fast on Big Bad Toy Store because it's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. And my stepson was actually was able to pick him up because he was going for like $200 by those scalpers, eBay sellers, and he actually got a good deal on this one. So thanks to my stepson.
How much do those retail for?
Like $26.
Okay.
So what's the percentage
They're not,
of
they
markup?
don't look 6-inch. So what are they like? They're like 3 3/4.
1/18th. Okay. 1/18th scale. Yeah, he's a little guy.
Terrence was asking too what
yeah, he's a little guy.
He's cool looking. I know you've gotten a few other Eagle Force figures.
Yeah, I used to have some when I was a kid. I really loved Eagle Force, but when the ones from the 80s were die-cast metal, and they were very cool. So that was my first.
They held paint very well.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you had to be careful because any kind of movement and it would chip off. What else you got, my man?
So something else that I got locally from my good buddy Scott. So shout out to Scott. Scott was moving some action figures on that he no longer wanted, and I think he picked these up at a pretty good price from like Walmart when Walmart was clearancing them out. And he posted them to our local toy group, and he was like, "Does anybody want these?" I'm like, "I do." And so I got these. I got the Super 7 G.I. Joe Snake
I
Eyes,
love that one.
and I got the Cobra Commander, and he
Nice.
was selling these off for $20 for both. Like, so basically
Damn,
$10 each.
you can't
So
beat that.
I was
Yeah, you
like,
can't beat that.
I will take them
I
because
picked up
I
Doc
can
for
put that
$10.
Doc. Wow,
Yeah,
he's one of the newer ones.
yeah,
Nice,
you can't
very
beat that,
cool.
dude. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
good
so I picked
figures.
those up. I'm definitely going to be putting the Snake Eyes up next to my Storm Shadow. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
about Cobra Commander. I don't know if I'll keep him or move him on because I'm not going to get Duke. I know I'm going to get Zartan, and I think that'd be an odd pairing to have like Zartan, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and like Cobra Commander. Seems like an
Mhm.
odd pair, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm definitely I love them, and shout out to Scott for
Yeah, good job,
moving them
Scott.
on.
Thanks, buddy. Has he ever been on our comments or anything? Does he know about your show? Our show?
He knows about the show. Yes. No. He typically tries to spend a lot of time with his family on the weekends because he works
I
during the
understand.
week, and so I think they try to plan a lot on the weekends. So I know he's caught like recaps before, or like we've talked about stuff that's been on the show, so I know he has seen it. But
Mhm.
yeah, he's one of the like I would call him a power user in our local toy group. He's very very active in our local toy group. So
That's cool that you guys have a network though of guys that will hook each other up and you guys meet up and
yeah,
stuff. That's cool. I just
yeah,
got a
he travels a lot in our city for his job. He's always in his truck driving around, and so he's one of the more mobile of our group. So he's out like every day. Um, Terrence is like families are so overrated. So he's out like
I
every day
agree.
on the move, and he's like, I'm just kidding. Of course, we know. And so he's always on the move, and so he's always like, hey, this store has this. Anybody want it? I'll stash it or pick it up. He's constantly like I would say like he's definitely one of our power users. What's up, guys? Hey, good morning, William. How's it going,
Hey
William?
man. I just got a scoop. Speaking of network, some friends at RetroCon New Jersey said that the Four Horsemen table that everything is there. So if there's anybody in that area, head on out. There's everything
Nice.
is there. So my
Yeah,
next
I
pickup.
heard they were gonna have the armory, some of the armory figures there for
Yeah, they
show,
are.
like not
Yep.
for purchase, but for
There's
show.
some pictures um, that I got of some new armory creations. I'll send them to you. So my next pickup, we took a trip to South Dakota 2 weeks ago, and I didn't share all my haul because it was mighty. But I picked up the red Chun-Li. I didn't
She's
have
at
the
my
only.
local Target. I've seen her for a while now.
Yeah,
I've been
I like Chun-Li. I like Cammy much more. So I'm excited for Cammy. But I only have Fei Long. That's the only other Jada Toys Street Fighter figure I have, and I love it. So
yeah, he's
this is
awesome.
my
Yeah,
pickup.
I kind of skipped over like so my targets haven't received M Bison or Dalsum yet. I know they've
Hmm.
come in on Big Bad Toy Store and I could have gotten them from there. I kind of passed on them. Um, I know that they're awesome. They just don't excite me that much for those two characters,
Yeah, no, me too. I'm
you
like,
know.
man,
But I did. Hey Nova, was that Nova?
yeah, her mom is going to get a piece of cheese or something, so she's
She's like, I need some cheese. But
yeah.
I am excited. I did pre-order Cammy and DJ, who just
DJ,
showed up.
I need to pre-order. Yeah, Cammy, I got an alert from Big Bad Toy Store said that she's coming soon, so
Yeah.
um, I might need
They're
to
both
add
up on Big Bad
DJ.
Toy Store, so
Mhm.
I pre-ordered both. Speaking of Big Bad Toy Store, I got in a box this week, so I'm going to be sharing off some stuff from there.
All right,
And
what you
the
got? What you got?
first
What you got?
is I got the Diamond Select Pippin.
Wow, that head
Um,
sculpt is really good.
yeah, it's not bad. Look at that; it's pretty good. I don't know if I'm pretty sure Eamon Donahue worked on these. I don't know if their
Yeah,
names are on the box, but I think he's a part of the group
yeah. I I think
who
he
works
actually
on these.
sculpted those, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. And so yeah, I have most of these. There's a few I'm missing. I don't have Boromir and Lurtz. Oh wait, who am I showing off? There's Boromir and Lurtz. I don't have them, and I don't have Saruman. I do have everybody else though, including like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Gollum. This year's exclusive was Gimli, but with this helmet off, and I already have Gimli. I was like, I don't need to track down that exclusive version with an unhelmeted head, just to have
How
the
are
head.
those?
So I passed.
How are those
They're
figures?
good.
Are they?
They're good. Okay, they're good, and they're also kind of weird at the same time. They do some very weird things that
I
just
had heard
don't
that.
make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like I give you an example, the Legolas that came out. So the Legolas comes out, and they have, and I don't know who worked on it. I don't know if Eamon worked on it or not, and I don't know if it was. So it just could have been before him, or maybe he's worked on the line the whole time. I don't know. But the Legolas, they had him sculpted holding his bow in the wrong hands. So they had him sculpted with like the arrow figures in this hand and like the gripping in this hand, but he shot like that. So that was odd. And then they sculpted his quivers, not his quivers, like his his little swords in his back. They give him the sheaths, but they didn't give him the swords that went in them. So he came with the sheaths on the figure, and they're workable, like they're empty, like a sword should go in them, but he didn't come with the swords. And
I had
so
heard that.
when I think they did I'm probably going to get this wrong, but when they did the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Gollum, they packed his swords in with that figure, or they packed the swords in with another figure down the road, and so you had to track that figure down to get the swords. Which there were some weird things that they just kind of do. That's just a little weird. I'm not sure why, but
that was it's Diamond Select.
Yeah, that's the Diamond Select. But other than that, I do like them. I would kill. And this is really why I'm buying them, is because I had all the old Toy Biz. Like, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I had all of the Toy Biz Lord of the Rings line. I had all the little minis. Do you remember the little mini packs, the Armies of Middle Earth? I had every one of those. I had the Helm's Deep Castle playset. Like, I'm a huge fan, and I've been wanting some 6-inch, like some very well done 6-inch scale, highly articulated figures. And it just seems like right now the only people that are making them are Diamond Select, and they make them in pairs of 2, which is good. They try to do 2 figures every few months or whatever, or every 6 months. And so, I think I just want like the Fellowship, and I'll be done. I definitely need to get Boromir, but yeah, I would love. Hey, good morning, Alchemist. I would love like maybe somebody else to pick up the line. This hasn't been my favorite versions of these, but they'll do for now.
Yeah. So I got this at Walmart in, I don't know, Wisconsin, Minnesota, one of those states.
Speaking of Diamond Select.
Yeah, $12. So
yeah,
I think that's how much I paid. Yeah, $12. So I'll give it a shot. You mentioned it. I think you picked them up, and I like robots, so we'll see how those go.
Yeah. So Terrence, the Gargoyle figures are made by NECA, not Super 7.
Jeez, Terrence.
Yes. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That was very frustrating because for me to get the wings for Goliath, I had to buy the dog Hudson, which was fine because I was going to buy him anyway. And so I was going to buy him anyway. But yeah, when they started doing that, instead of packing those wings in, they should have just packed them in with the figures, maybe raise the price another $5 and just pack them in. But yeah, putting them in with other, that's super frustrating because then you're forced to start buying figures that you otherwise would not have, just to get the closed wing switch. Yeah.
The lady cop, I don't know the lady cop's name, but I think she comes with somebody's wings. So if anyone needs those wings, let me know, because I don't have any other of the gargoyle figures besides.
Well, the
her.
wings clasped in the front, hanging onto one another, is such an iconic look. It makes more room on your shelf because you don't have to have the huge wings out. I almost personally would have rather have those wings included than the ones that are outstretched. But
if you need them, let me know. I'll ship them to you.
Yeah. Bronx, that's right. Bronx was the name of the dog. That's the one that I had to. Yeah, exactly. And then Eliza Massa is her name. Andy coming in clutch with the name. Next up, I got a figure from one that I'm excited for, from McFarlane Toys, and one that the minute I saw it, I freaked out because I was like, oh, I gotta have that, and that is the Dark Side Mega Fig.
Nice.
Love this thing, man.
He looks mega.
Incredible. Look at the artwork on the back.
Yeah.
I'm such a huge fan of like the superpowers line, and this is definitely your superpowers Dark Side. I wish he would go back and make a classic superpowers Dark Side for the line and not the new 52 version that they've already made, the one that's got all the extra armor on it.
I agree.
Yeah, Terrence says he wants Bronx as a mount for a swig. I think that's a brilliant idea.
My dogs are like, they want love right now. They're all about some lovins. Yeah. I'm giving some scratches off screen. So my next pickup is from my buddy Andrew Toyco Yin. I got Fei Long. I've always been a Bruce Lee fan, and Fei Long does that Bruce Lee thing for me. So this is the actual Storm Collectibles Fei Long.
I want that set. That looks awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I got that the other day.
Jeff.
Morning, Jeff.
Yeah, that figure looks amazing. I had it on pre-order for a long time, and then I think when Big Bad Toy Store was like, "Oh, it's getting ready to ship," I was like, "Ooh, let me take that off. I don't need to spend that kind of money right now."
Yeah. He wasn't cheap. Andrew gives good prices, and he lets me break things up sometimes. So I'm like, "Hey, can I break that in half?" And so he obliges. He's a good dude.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see what
else you got? What else you got?
I got one other thing. I got one last pickup, and
I got two.
This was one good. This was one that I wanted for a while. My buddy Scott has it and has always been gushing about it as like one of the best Spider-Man figures he's ever bought. And when it went back up for pre-order again, like they did a re-release version on Big Bad Toy Store a few weeks ago, I snapped it up real quick. Again, not cheap, but it's the Mafex Peter B Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse, and he's got all these looks. You can take his clothes are like soft goods. You can take those off. You can put the extra legs on. He's got all these different heads and like faces and everything. He's got a ton of accessories, and like I've played with Scott's before, and it is just one of the coolest, like most dynamic, like articulated Spider-Man. I actually bought a knockoff one from like AliExpress or something and got it in a couple of months ago. I paid like $20 for it, and it's pure garbage. It was like falling apart. The plastic is horrible. And so I give it to Scott. I was like, hey, I don't know if you want this, but like maybe you can use it for extra parts or pieces if yours ever breaks. And I don't know. I was like, it's garbage, or just throw it in the trash can. And he was like, it's bad, but it's not that bad. And so he took it off my hands. I just gave it to him. I was like, you can have it. And so, but that made me really want the actual version of it. And I've played with it this week. It is pretty incredible.
Yeah. I had him and I had Miles Morales, and Miles Morales was very fragile because he's so thin. The limbs were very thin. Yeah. And I think I traded them both for something. I don't remember what it was, but
that's it. That's all my pickups.
I got 1.5 more. So
all right, let's see it.
Last year, -1. I'm in team -1. Like that movie just kicked my ass. I've loved it. So I watched it, I think twice, the regular version, and then I saw it the black and white version, and loved that too.
I love movie. So
and so I got home from watching the black and white version, and they had black and white on sale from Super 7, and it sold out like. Anyway, so I didn't get it. Now it's on Mercari for like $400. So I'll never get it unless they hey, what's up, Brick? But But anyway, so I got the regular color version of the -1 Gojira, and I freaking love it. I'm gonna have to open this bad boy up. I love all Godzilla. So
I have that on pre-order. I have it on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store, so I'm sure that'll be shipping soon, and that's not cheap. Great.
Yeah, it's not cheap either. So if anyone has not seen -1, it's not about the monster. Godzilla is more like a force of nature, as opposed to like, an evil monster. But like them on the boat and his head like in the water, like above and like chasing after them, dude, that was Jaws all over again. So I recommend that movie. It had a lot of heart, and the special effects for like what they did for that amount of money was ridiculous. So hopefully they'll
won the Academy Award for best special effects. It's funny because that movie, I think, had probably like 1/10 of the budget that Godzilla versus Kong or whatever, like the new one had, and they came out very close to one another in the theater. And you see how much money is just like wasted by Hollywood,
right?
Because, like, they did so much with so little.
You don't need the money to.
And the special effects are amazing, and I definitely want to go back and watch that movie again in the black and white version. I loved it.
It was so sweet. Good. Yeah, it was really.
And
good.
I love that particular design of Godzilla. So I have the thing pre-ordered. I can't wait. So as soon as I get mine in, we'll have to do a double unboxing.
Yeah, that sounds great. My last pickup, shout out to my boy Jose Torres, and also Patrick Boyle. I was in was it ZoloCon in New Jersey? Or was that Pennsylvania? Sorry. Last year, and Patrick Boyle, who does a lot of customizing for the Mythic community, had a figure, and I was enthralled. Like I'd never seen anything like it. And I'm a huge fan of Excalibur, the movie from the 80s, Arthurian legend movie. And there was King Arthur's son was named Mordred, and Mordred had this amazing gold armor and this helmet, which was kind of like a Greek god kind of helmet. Never seen a helmet like that before, but it had like a face cut off where you see just his mouth and nose, and the rest is like this like curling hair, and like it was just haunting but beautiful. So anyways, somebody made a head sculpt on ZBrush, and Patrick, I don't think Patrick made it, but he painted it and put it on a gold knight, and I was just enthralled. So Jose Torres picked it up for me this last weekend at one of the cons, and here he is. And I love this thing so much. That head is a beautiful thing. Some
pictures of it. It looks incredible. Now,
I love head. This head is an amazing.
Did he get the whole body too? Did the body come with it, or just the head?
Yeah, the body came with it. Yeah, he gave me the gold knight as well, and I thought maybe he did a brush on the armor, but he didn't. It's just straight up. So he did repaint the spear to make it look like wood, but that head, look at that. It's just so good. My camera's stuck right now.
Rick something says, "Oh wow, I was just talking about wanting that Mordred armor." Andy the Collector says that helmet is so unique and unforgettable. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, when you sent me pictures of it,
but it's whoever did it. Incredible. Yeah, whoever did it, hats off, because it's just incredibly detailed, and my phone is being an asshole and not really giving a zoom in on it. Android, come on, Android. But anyways, it's the head sculpt is available in files. I don't know how people get the files from you got to buy it from somewhere, but it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, the back of that helmet is incredible. Look at that.
Yeah.
All the little
But it made me want to watch Excalibur again. So if anyone's never seen Excalibur, it is an amazing film. It's probably one of the best one of the best King Arthur movies ever made. So, and it's got I think it was Liam Neeson's
Is that the one with the robotic owl? Or am I putting that together?
No, that's Clash of the Titans.
That's right.
Yeah, Helen Mirren. She's in it, and Liam Neeson's first, right? Liam Neeson's first
love
film.
Liam Neeson's.
Yeah. It was.
Have you ever seen that old Key and Peele sketch?
No, I haven't
Neeson's?
seen that.
Oh man, I love Liam Neeson's. Liam Neeson's is my favorite actor. I love Liam Neeson. I think it's when they would be the bell boys, like the two guys that were like
oh yeah, I've seen them do that before.
Yeah,
those guys
at the hotel, and they'd be like, "Oh, did you see how Liam Neeson's came in last week? Man, Liam Neeson's come in." And then they would call certain actors by the movies they were in. They would call them by name. So instead of Bruce Willis, they were like, "Do you remember that time Die Hard came in? When Die Hard came in, that was awesome. But I like Liam Neeson's even more." That's what it reminds me.
It's sad as I know people like that.
yeah, exactly. So do I. So let's get into our double unboxings. Ooh, what are we getting into today?
I got to go grab mine, so I will be in 2 seconds.
Look at that. He put us on hold. But so what we're going to be opening today, if you guys haven't read the description already, is the Frazetta Girls Fire and Ice, if I don't knock my mic over, the Teegra figure. That's what we're going to be opening today. This is a figure that Greg and I have been looking forward to for quite a while, and one that we had got a chance to see in person recently, before they even started shipping. We got to see it at, I believe we saw it at IshCon. There was a table at IshCon who had it. I don't know how they got it early, but they did, and we were like just marveling over this figure, because this is the second figure in the Frazetta Girls Fire and Ice line. We now know that the third figure is going to be the Norseman, who's already up for pre-order. Well, I guess technically the third one was actually the repaint of Dark Wolf.
Yeah, which is still on pre-order.
Yeah, so that was technically the third one, and then the fourth one will be the Norseman, and then I'm sure many more to follow. But I think Greg has said this a few times now.
Norseman's not in the movie. I think Norseman was just I think it was a painting by Frazetta.
That's right.
But they decided to use the Dark Wolf's body.
I know smelling figures is frowned upon, but this one smells so good.
I heard that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I've had this. You've had this figure longer than I have. I just got mine last week.
I was gonna say, I think Greg has said a few times now that this figure is going to be on his top 10 of the year list, and I think that is 100% true. And I did want to show off that she does come with this super awesome panther that's going to go in so many of my like action figure photography shots. Now this figure is not articulated. The tail moves up and down. It's kind of side to side. It's kind of like on a ball joint, as you can see as I pull it apart. But it is super well sculpted. The legs and the feet do not move. And then the head is on a ball joint, and you do get two different heads. So you guys can hear that. I'm trying to loosen it up a little bit. But the head can move like a little bit side to side. You can see that head does not have an articulated jaw or anything, but let's pop it off.
Somebody's saying that I think there was a Marvel Legends. Was it Marvel Legends that had a Black Panther as was it a Build-A-Figure?
There's a saber-toothed tiger, the
Khazar
cat. Mm-hmm.
Somebody showed it on a review. I think it was Robo showed a review, and he had a Black Panther from some toy line right next to it, and it was like a cool alternative. Like if you don't like just this static panther, you could buy this other. That's funny that the tail moves and that's it. It does have an extra head too, but they said the head, if you take it off, is hard to put it back on. Is what I heard.
Here's the extra head, and it has like an articulated jaw that is so articulated it comes off. Yeah, I'm not going to try to pop mine off right now. I'm probably going to have to heat that up. But there it is. You can open the jaw up and show it off. That looks really, really cool. Yeah, I wanted to get that saber-toothed tiger from Marvel Legends, that Build-A-Figure, because I saw it at one of the Savage Crucible tables at one of the shows, and because they had one, and I was messing around with it, and it's really cool. But the problem is like just that tiger itself is like going for like 50, $60, and it's just not something I wanted to spend my cash on. But here is Teegra straight out of the package, and she, face sculpt, paint apps on her face are great. Yeah, this face is perfect. But yeah, you can see she looks really, really good. Now I've heard some people complain. I think it was Terrence was opening this figure on our little get together last Sunday night, and wasn't a big fan of this shirt piece. But this is like, even though it is
I'm okay
plastic,
with
it is very soft and very soft. It's very translucent. It looks better than, having soft goods on there, but it is like super, super soft. If you can see that, she has a little loincloth piece that hangs down.
Yeah, it's like a string, like a elastic string that keeps it there, so you could take it off if you want to.
And she comes with 3 different head sculpts and 2 different styles of hair. So you've got like the more at rest hair and then some windswept hair, and then the back of it, you can see how that's different as well. But we're going to see how easy it is just to change her hair out before we start deconstructing the figure. And if you like your ladies follically deficient, you can go sans.
Yeah, bald is beautiful. Bald is beautiful.
Here. Now that I think about this, didn't Terrence say in our unboxings last Sunday night that she smelled really bad?
I don't think she smells bad at all. Yeah,
No,
he did say that.
Good.
Yeah,
we were sniffing figures. It's that classic toy smell. If anybody has ever,
yeah, it's not a big.
Dungeons and Dragons Dritz figures had the Black Panther.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah,
I knew that there was one.
I have that now that Jeff says that makes a lot. I have that figure, so
I really like the windswept. Yeah, that windswept is good. I mean, it definitely limits her neck or head articulation, but I think it looks better. I think it makes the face look better too. I mean, the face looks great, but I like that windswept hair for sure.
I do too.
This figure is tiny. Like her joints, her arms, and feet and hands, they're tiny, very tiny. So you definitely be careful.
I'm just going to have to go ahead and say it. I think this is one of the best female bodies that I've ever seen on an action figure. And what I mean by that is the sculpt, how it moves, how she articulates.
Yes.
Because, all right, so the leg articulation is a little different than we've seen before. Like typically when we get female action figures, we're typically getting them in Star Wars Black Series. We're typically getting them in Marvel Legends. There's some in G.I. Joe, but of course they're fully clothed in G.I. Joe. They're going to have on tactical gear. But look how like her articulation points.
Like the knees.
Right here at her hip. You can see that they articulated her, or they cut it right where the line is, the string is on her, I guess, bikini bottom, right? So you can see that that's exactly where the point is. So they put the cut where that line is, so it looks natural, right? So that's not a typical articulation point for these figures. There's no thigh swivel, which is great. And look, I mean, I'm not trying to be like sexist or anything, but if you look at her butt, like the way her butt is sculpted, like there's no, like it's all very natural. Like this is like, there's no thigh cut to break up that look, because she is mostly nude.
They put
there's
the
a lot
bikini
of
line.
range of motion. Yeah, like there's a lot of range of motion there, a lot. And
Check out
what's
the
good
knees
about
too.
that, yeah, is that you can get her in like this very natural walking pose, which I think looks fantastic. So she's going to pose very nicely on your shelf. Yeah, the knees are incredible because, you know, knees are just so hard to get when you're
Yeah,
sculpting like the human form to make them not look crazy, crazy. And they bend. So even when they bend, they still look very natural.
yeah. This is some
My figure
artistry.
still has some oil on it. Like it has some,
Does it?
what is that? What is that called? Shock oil, like to keep the joints
Yeah, yeah.
moving
Mine does a
smoothly.
little bit too.
But yeah, if you look at like the way the knees are articulated and bend, they still look very natural. So you're not going to get. I mean, that as a matter of fact, like that's as far back as you're going to get on the bend.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'm not going to need her to pose like Spider-Man. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like it's okay that not all of these figures have crazy amounts of like articulation. And then look at this the foot. I mean, the ankle rocker on that foot to be so thin and tiny
Yeah,
is just insane.
yeah.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh,
really,
she is
really nice figure.
incredible.
Yeah, really nice figure.
The elbows look really nice. I mean, you're only going to get that far of the bend on the elbow, but it still looks very natural.
Definitely don't want to push it
Um,
either.
right. I do like that windswept look.
I do too. Yep, I do
She
too.
is incredible. They have knocked it out of the park with this figure.
How many heads did it come with?
Um,
Two?
it comes with 3 different heads,
I lost one
so
there.
we're going to show them off. So here's the first one. Just kind of a non-plus kind of look, and I will show these with the hair as well. She comes with a lot of stuff. So she also comes with, let me get this head and the hair, this very fierce look. So this fierce head sculpt looks really good. And then she comes with another head where she is very happy.
Yeah, happy Teegra.
And smiling.
But the
Very
paint,
beautiful.
like the face paint too, is just the eyes super detailed.
Yep. The eyes are very detailed. The lips look great.
Yeah, they did a great job. They did a really
She
great
also
job.
comes with a lot of hands. So on her, out of the package, she has these like relaxed grip hands, just gesturing hands, relaxed. And then she also comes with 2 sets. So some gripping hands and some splayed out hands. She comes with a knife and a stick or a magic wand. I don't know what that is. There's this
Need the
nice
stick.
long spear
That
right there, and
spear
of
is
course,
super thin.
yeah, and then of course the panther. I'm glad Jeff said that because yeah, I actually have that figure. I have the
Yeah, that's
dress.
going to be a better display, I think, than this. I mean, this panther looks good, but I think that panther, it's bigger and articulated. So, yeah, I even told Eamon in Instagram, right, Brick, is that the knees just blew me away. Like most knees are just ugly on
Mm-hmm.
a lot of figures, but he really the I think Matt Toole was the guy that sculpted this, but they really paid attention to the body and
Yeah,
they took a little bit
the
away from
musculature.
articulation, but they really made it a beautiful female form. The knees
Right.
just blow me away. If you do it from
Yeah,
the front,
you can tell that they
it's
focused on the anatomy, getting the anatomy
yeah,
sculpt right, and
like
they're
those are
like,
knees.
yeah.
Yeah, they just did a
You
great
know what
job,
I
and
love
they
about this figure? God, that I just love so much. Look at that little booty crack, little bit of booty
right,
crack.
yeah, just a little bit. And they used the line of the bikini as the cut, and I think
Yeah,
that
that's
that's super
perfect,
cool.
brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. So this this was a great figure. It's definitely worth picking up. It's gonna look good next to
I know we
Star
sound
Pool.
completely like sexist or chauvinistic. I'm really not trying to. I'm just really appreciating. I mean,
That's a
in the
beautiful
same
figure.
way that in the same way that you would appreciate like the anatomy on like a Frazetta painting, that's how I'm trying to appreciate the anatomy
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
particular figure. It's just so
yeah. It's
well
well done.
sculpted,
It's well done,
head to toe.
and it's a Frazetta. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but it's beautiful. It's really well done.
Man,
Excellent
I'm not
construction.
even. I'll be honest with you. I'm not even mad at the shirt piece. I thought I was not gonna like it.
No, it's not bad.
Um,
It's not bad, and it's
um,
kind of sculpted to look like her body. If you look
I
there,
want to put the the this little loincloth piece back on because I think it hangs and it rests like right where it
yeah.
wants to like fall into the articulation point, and that keeps it hanging in the right spot. And I think that that's just brilliant. Brick something says they appropriately paid attention to the anatomy and visual appearance the way Frazetta paid
Yes,
close attention to the power. Yep,
exactly,
absolutely.
Brick.
100. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Terrence says, "Did yours smell bad?" Terrence, you missed it. We talked about it, buddy. I love the way she smells, dude. I love toy plastic.
I don't have a
It's
problem. Hagnon smelled way worse, but I didn't even think Hagnon smelled bad. I don't mind that smell.
new toy smell. Smells good to me.
Yeah, I have Hagnon in a bin, and I opened the bin and I was like, "Whoa!" Like I could smell the chemical on it, but it doesn't bother me. But no, she doesn't
Yeah,
smell
this
bad.
is an art piece. Yeah,
Yes, I
just
agree.
checking in for work. Yeah, yeah. I remember last Sunday night, Terrence. You said yours was terrible. I'm not even mad at this. I mean,
Probably
this
your
right
upper
here.
lip, Terrence. It was your upper lip, dude.
Mm, mm. That shirt, I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah, the
I
shirt's
still
nice.
think it's soft. It feels good. Like I love the way it feels. It's very soft and
Kind of like
pliable.
a
And
silicone, like a soft
it
silicone.
drapes very naturally.
Yeah.
Like you do have to kind of like pull it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
it fits her form. And I just think that it just drapes very, very naturally. And I think she had this shirt piece on in the is she from Fire and Ice? She's not
Yeah, she was in it.
necessarily from a okay. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it
she
since I
was
was a
in that
kid. I need
movie.
to go back. Yeah. This is an awesome piece. Dude,
Glad we picked it
I
up.
I I think you're right, man. I think she's going to.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to wind up in the top 10 figures of the year list for me. I
Me
can
too,
just
buddy.
see it coming. And then there's the original hairpiece back on.
Yeah, I'm definitely impressed. For this to be their third figure,
Yeah,
their second or
yeah,
third figure in
yeah.
the line, that's huge. I think that's
Typically,
definitely an achievement.
typically, if
To
you
be
and I
able
do an
to.
unboxing of a figure and we kind of go through its articulation and we kind of show off everything, I typically don't feel the need to like do like an actual review. But I think I may do a review of this figure because
You
she's
should.
just so
That
awesome.
way, if people are on the fence, they will get off the fence and pick one up.
And as far as figures go, they're not the cheapest. I think they're in that $60 to $70 range. I'm trying to remember. I think is she like $69? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's 70. I got it from the Frazetta Girls, and I think it was 70, and it might be a little bit more on Big Bad. I'm not sure.
She is $89.99. So she's not cheap,
It's a premium
but she's
figure.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Heavy metal next.
Oh man, I do
Ready.
have their executive replicas. Did a what was her name? The girl at the end that puts on the red gear, and she gets on that flying lizard
Oh
creature.
man,
I can't
I
think of
need
her
to get
name,
into
but
the
they
gear.
did a figure of her, and it's pretty good. Her hair kind of falls off, but it's a good figure.
Yeah.
I can show that next time, William. But yeah, Heavy Metal was another great movie. I loved that as a kid.
So we're going to but before we get into our double down, how are you on time? Because I know you got to go to work today.
What time is it? I don't know. Yeah, I've got about half an hour.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it then. Let's double down. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about. Let me go ahead and set this up. We're going to share screen, and we're going to go over the Hasbro Pulse releases yesterday. Now I'm logging in here to
big show yesterday.
Yes, it was really good. They've got a lot of stuff to go through, and we're gonna go through it best we can here. But just for the sake of brevity and trying to get out and get all through this, are you going to be buying any of the vintage collection stuff?
No, I did like that. I did like that playset though. That Tatooine playset, I thought was pretty cool. Like, where was that?
I wish they would do that
in the
for Black
80s.
Series, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, I'd be all over it. All right, well, cool. Let's go through it then. I'll try to breeze through the vintage collection stuff because I don't collect it either. But here we have some Black Series. We have Prince Zesor or Shizor. I've never known how to say this from their Gaming Greats. This is the actually not Gaming Greats because that's exclusive to
Shadow of the Empire, I think.
Elena.
Yeah, those are exclusive to GameStop. This is just Shadows of the Empire.
Prince Zesor,
yeah.
How do you say his name?
Shizor is how they pronounced it yesterday.
Yeah,
he looks fantastic.
Yeah, they did a great job of the sculpt for sure.
Yeah, I remember this video game. Is this the video game that had Dash Rendar in it?
Dash Rendar and his ship, which was the Outrigger, something like that.
Yeah, Outrider.
It was, and it was what, Power of the Force line or something like that.
I'd like a Dash Rendar figure. That'd be amazing.
Dash Rendar would be awesome.
Next up, we have the Clone Wars Commando droid. Looks really cool. He's kind of topical,
pretty badass in the cartoon.
Because I am playing Star Wars Outlaws right now, and this is a character in the game. There's one of these. There's a Commando droid that wears a trench coat. It's in something. Yeah, and he's one of the cast members. He hangs out with her. He goes on missions with her. So you know, throw a trench coat on this guy, and you've got a Star Wars Outlaws figure. But he's looking pretty dope. Here's one that came out of the blue for me: Clone Commander Baccarat. I was not expecting them to drop this, but I've always loved this design. First time in the Black Series.
That helmet is cool.
Yeah, that helmet is very cool. So then there's the vintage collection stuff, which we're kind of gonna breeze over that. The play set looks nice, and the helmet, but yeah, they did show off some future releases. So we do have a new Luke and Leia from A New Hope coming. So that's pretty
Black
cool.
Series, right?
Yeah, Black Series. I'm excited.
Yeah, that Leia looks really good. That head sculpt, I think they finally got it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Then we get into some Marvel Legends stuff. It's where it gets a little exciting, which is odd for me to say because I'm not a Marvel Legends collector. So, but
I cherry pick here and there.
Yeah, this new animated animated Spider-Man 2-pack. I love the Spider-Man. I wish I could get the Spider-Man the set just for the Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are thinking that because I don't really know that Vulture.
Yeah, the Vulture is kind of a weird design. I guess it was from the animated show, and I'm not really a fan of that design.
But this Spider-Man looks
that's a good one.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looks great. But then we're getting into what just blew
my
mind.
Man,
Dude,
that made me so happy.
Secret Wars. I love the Secret Wars line from the 80s so much. And when they showed these off, I was so excited. Now, I'm less excited by this guy right here, the Beyonder, just because, and Titania, is that her name, Titana?
Yeah, Titania.
I'm just not a fan of these two villains to be included up front. Like, I think they could have got to these characters down the road. I would have preferred any of the villains that were
Molecule Man. Absorbing
were actually
Man,
the toys that they had in the 80s. So
right?
the villains
Magneto,
in that was Magneto, Baron Zemo, Doc
Mole-
Ock, Doctor
Molecule
Doom, which
Man.
they've already given us the Secret Wars Doctor Doom. So I'm glad I have him. But the fact that they come with these lenticular
Yes,
hologram
I love
shields,
that.
love it
Yeah,
so much. This Wolverine is just spot
that
on.
Wolverine's so good.
The Iron Man is just as I remember him. The black suit Spider-Man, but there's the
Yeah,
whole
the
first wave
packaging.
of these. Yeah, the packaging is
It's got to be
great.
hard to open those, man, because that packaging is perfect.
So I already have that black suit Spider-Man. Now I know that this one comes with the shield and comes with the extra face, the extra head sculpt, but I already have one of those black suit Marvel Legends Spider-Man, probably on that exact same body. But I did order an extra Wolverine cap and Iron Man to open. But I pre-ordered all the good guys from this wave, and they're staying in the package. Cap
Nice.
looks great. Comes with the broken shield. I love the back of the packaging. That Wolverine is just so spot on. Look at Cap looking all bright and blue and beautiful.
Yeah,
Looking
beautiful.
great. Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh man,
those
that package is so
shields are
good.
perfect. Yeah, that's
Perfect.
Marvel
Absolutely
Legends is
perfect.
really just stepping up. They're really competing
I
against some premium figures, and they're doing well.
Yeah. Yeah, this Iron Man is incredible. I remember the little gun that he came with
The
as a
gun,
pre-order.
yeah,
They even included the skates for the bottom of the feet. They said in the that he had put skates on the bottom of his
mhm,
feet in the comic. I don't remember that,
yeah,
but they've included the skates, which is an odd thing to do.
that's
But yeah, look
fun.
at that.
I
Looks
love
great.
classic Iron Man. I'm a sucker for
Yeah.
classic Iron Man. Any classic
Yep.
Iron Man, I'm getting. Beyonder's kind of blah.
100%.
I mean, I know he was not really, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's the main villain, so I get it.
Yeah, and they were talking about like he doesn't look like this in the comic. Like in the comic series, I don't think
That's more
he
the
looked.
second series. He looked like that in Secret Wars 2. That's cool. You can
Yeah,
reenact
look, that pose
the
straight from the
classic
cover.
pose. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a
Oh man,
beautiful figure.
so happy about that. But let's check out Wolverine. Look at that,
Uh,
looking so good. Oh
they
man,
said they
it's
were
just
talking about doing the
pretty.
pop-on claws that they did with the original series. And I
Yep.
was like, that would have been kind of a cool option, like a secondary set, just as a
Right.
as an ode to it. But man,
I mean, if you're putting skates on Iron Man, why not?
right. Yeah. Their Wolverines are always good. They just keep getting
Yeah.
better.
Oh, these pictures on Toy Arc are just all kind of out of order. Let's check back in with the chat here. Just um uh let's see. Ooh, yeah, Secret Wars, that's right. I'm drawn to the Secret Wars stuff, absolutely. And then
Me
Kane
too.
was available yesterday, so he's one
Yeah.
that you gotta put in there. And
Some of this stuff's
Lockjaw,
sold out. So might
yeah,
have to go to Big Bad Toy Store. I had to get
big
Wolverine and
nostalgia hit.
Spidey. Yeah, Wolverine and Spidey I had to get from Big Bad Toy Store because even though I had premium, I still it's still sold out. So I think we're both
Yeah.
having trouble.
And Hasbro was having a lot of website problems yesterday. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like 4:45. I still couldn't order. I'm a Hasbro premium member. I still couldn't
Yeah.
order things.
Right. Me too.
So like I had to tell you guys, like I was seeing on Facebook, people were saying, hey, if you pay through PayPal, like your order will go through. So I paid through PayPal and it did. Order went straight through. So it
And
must have been
I'm actually go ahead.
no, I was
I'm
just gonna say it
excited
must
for
have been like a
Titanium.
payment processing
That could be.
thing on Hasbro side.
Yeah.
Brian Carr, thanks for tuning in, buddy. I know you got a busy day going
Welcome,
on.
Brian.
Finally, a Titania deep cut. That's right. Yeah, Wolverine looks like he's from the Pride of the X-Men cartoon. Seeing these
Yeah.
on toy shelves will be amazing. Absolutely.
Yes.
Bright blue on Cap looks great.
Yeah, I'm a big Cap fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comic kids love. Yeah. I wish they'd remedy something with Secret Wars though. What do you mean? What does he mean by that?
Okay, so Terrence, they did address this. Let me go back. So what Terrence is talking about is in Secret Wars. The shield has you can kind of turn the shield and it'll go from Iron Man to Tony Stark. And they did that just for the nostalgia of like Iron Man being Tony Stark. But in the comic, in Secret Wars, it was unknown who was in the armor. It was actually
Rhodey.
Rhodey. It was
Hmm.
who was in the armor, and he was revealed at the end. They said that they made a nod to that on the back of the package for Iron Man, where it says, the invincible Iron Man helps the Avengers navigate the Beyonders gladiatorial contest, all while harboring a secret about his identity. So they were like, "Yeah, we're aware that it was actually Rhodey, but they did Tony Stark for the people who were like, yeah, Iron Man is Tony Stark." I think that's probably why they didn't include a Tony Stark head. You know, considering that most of these do come with an extra head. Yeah, I just think that's pretty cool.
They could have did
Um,
Rhodey head. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I would have taken that. Then we get back into some more Star Wars here with Dagan Gera and or Gera. He was the Jedi turned villain in the Star Wars Jedi Survivor game. This was the first time that I ever saw a lightsaber bleeding like happen in front of me, because he bleeds a lightsaber in the game and turns it red, which is really cool. He does have an arm off; it was cut off. Here is the Black Series Luke, which to me still looks nothing like Mark Hamill as Luke, but it's better than it looks like a
They
Ken doll.
struggle. They struggle for sure.
He's a hard likeness to nail down, but
Yeah.
the sculpted soft goods look great. The sculpted tunic looks good because it looks like
Yeah.
cloth, but even though it's not. And I dig this. I dig this figure. I'm down for it.
Yeah, I'll pick that
I
up.
will definitely pick that up. And then let's get to Leia. Here she is. Here's the Leia. She looks a lot better. I think the face sculpt looks a lot better.
Yeah, that looks
More like
good.
Carrie Fisher than Luke does. This is pretty much like this. The way they did the hood is pretty much the way that the SH Figure Arts did the hood. It's a sculpted hood. I think she looks great. I'll probably pick her up as well. I don't have a problem with that. Looks pretty good. We're back to okay. So that is all for the Marvel Legends and Star Wars. Let's get this comment down. Let's see. Absorbing Man. Yeah, was working, didn't have time to watch the stream. Yeah. So let's now go over to because this particular version of the story that's up on Toy Arc did not include any of the GI Joe stuff. So let's do some GI Joe coverage, because there was some really
GI
good
Joe
stuff that came out.
Yeah. You like Joe's?
So
You like the classified?
yeah, man. So we're going to go to Hasbro Pulse for this, because they had a bunch of GI Joes go up for pre-order yesterday. One of them is Starduster, who they shot as if he is filming a commercial for the cereal in front of a green screen, which I thought that was pretty funny. I
What's
don't know
story?
the story.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Starduster. Maybe Jeff can tell us. Was he initially offered through a cereal box redemption, like in the 80s? I never had this figure in the 80s. I don't know.
I didn't either.
But I think this is just all parts reuse. This looks
I was going to say,
like
it almost looks like a
Flint's
build
head.
your own figure, kind of like with existing.
Yeah, I think that could be Flint's head. I think maybe that helmet is new, but I'm not sure if anything else is new. And to me, that looks like Flint, but I could be wrong. Maybe the head sculpt is new, but that does look like a reuse head sculpt. So I did pre-order him. Let's see. Let me check the comments. No, he hasn't checked in yet. Then we have Dial Tone, who, oh man, he looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
The communication specialist. That
I like the
classic backpack.
The backpack's got a lot of functionality. It's got the drop-down keyboard.
Yep.
Very cool.
They said it's got a little mobile eye on the side that's rotatable. I saw that part. And then, there's a lot going on there. His beret is separate dial tone. Yeah, those classic colors. He just looks gorgeous.
And their head sculpts have really gotten amazing. They've gotten so much better.
Absolutely. Next up, we have the Drill Sergeant. We have Footloose. I'm sorry, Leatherneck. Looking great. I love this figure.
Yeah.
He's got some goggles on, that boss mustache. He's looking great. I always loved his And they've even got his bracelet on. I remember that was like sculpted on when we were
Yeah.
kids. But yeah, his rucksack looks good. This is just a classic character. I just love
Yeah.
this guy so much. He's one that I've been looking forward to for a while. So I'm
That's a good one.
glad to see him in there. Lots of mustaches in the
Lots
Joe
of
line.
mustachios. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. William Golden says it does look like Flint. Okay, here we go. Starduster was first available as a mail-in exclusive in G.I. Joe Action Star Serial in '87, and in '88 he was available as a mail-in offer from Hasbro. So there you go. It had to do with something with cereal. I was sure of it. And then Dial Tone was one of my favorites as a kid. This reimagined version is pitch perfect.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I agree.
agree with you. Yeah,
they kind of made a balance between the classic, the classic retro version and a more contemporary. So yeah, absolutely. I think they did a great job on that for sure.
Next up, we have Xandar, which I dig it. I think they updated him very well. I'm glad.
Really nice head sculpt too.
Yeah, nice head sculpt. They said that the cloth piece around his neck is not cloth; it's plastic, but that's like cut from his sister's shirt, Zorana's shirt. So tying the two of them together, I think he looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a really nice figure. He was one that was kind of silly, when we were kids because of the way he looked. But the way they've updated him with that swooping hair and that headband and the face paint, I think looks, and the gold touches all over, I think just make it perfect.
Yeah, even down to the boots.
Great.
He's got some fancy boots.
Yeah, look at those boots, man. Yeah, he's a nice figure. I'm very happy to have him coming in the line for sure. Yeah, Brian Carr says, "Oh yeah, all the new Joes look great. They do, they really do." And then that brings us to the one that I'm least excited about, but I will still probably pick up at some point. I did not pre-order him yesterday, and that is the Saw Vapor, the semi-automatic weapon. I don't remember having one of these as a kid, or even seeing one as a kid.
So I don't either. Yeah, I don't either. The colors too, I'm not really.
But I do like the look of the figure. He does look pretty badass. And they did show yesterday that you can remove that chainsaw part and then have him use that as like a handheld weapon. But yeah, he does look cool. I never had one as a kid, so I may pass on him. But I also said that about the Techno Viper. I was like not excited, but then I saw him in stores. And I was like, ooh, I gotta have one of those. So yeah, and then so let's stop that, and then they did not get a chance to show this off because I think they skipped over it and they didn't want to go back. But there were two render reveals yesterday, and that was Heavy Duty and Law and Order.
Oh
man, God, I've been wanting Law and Order for a
that
while.
Law and Order looks so good. Yeah.
He looks
I'm all for that.
Incredible. Look at that. All the extra hands. They're getting a lot of use out of that dog body, actually
it's got a mask too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's the wolf body, right? From Timber, and they've been using it for every dog that has been released. They're getting a lot of use out of it, which is good for them. But this is one of my favorite figures when I was a kid. I loved this guy. And I'm so happy to be finally getting him. And I love the German Shepherd. I love his armor on the dog.
Good head sculpt for the dog. Really good head sculpt.
Man, Hasbro, the G.I. Joe line kills it with their animal.
I agree.
And then, man, Heavy Duty looking so good. Look at those colors, man. He looks fantastic. Gosh, he looks great.
Yeah.
And that bull necklace, all of that, armor and stuff that whole weapon system that he gets to put on. Man, it's looking really good, man. So lots of stuff yesterday.
Yeah, it was a packed show for sure.
It was. Let's see. Let's get in back to some more of the comments before we check out. Let's see. Orange Mullet Twins are rad. Yeah, much later in the line. The flip out keyboard on Dial-Tone's backpack was an amazing touch. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was
100%.
extra. That was extra.
Always love the dogs. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, and I mean, I knew the Hasbro GI Joe team were going to kill it. Man, if only their Star Wars team could kill it the same way, because Marvel Legends killed it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's just, I don't.
Wow,
Who knows
wow.
what is hamstringing the Star Wars team? Who knows? It's probably Lucasfilm, I would imagine. So, but anyway, man, that was a packed show. We got in a lot of stuff, and give you a little bit of time before you have to get ready for work.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate you guys' comments always.
yeah,
I
you
love
guys can make the show super
love
better.
the interactivity of this the live stream. So yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully my background won't look like a like we just moved in over the next couple of weeks. I'm sure
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
once I
excited to see
start
the
a
color up.
project, I have to see it through. I have to finish it once I start something. So yeah, Brian, I'm glad you caught some of the show too. Thanks for
Thanks, Brian.
I know you got a busy day. So what you got going on the rest of the day, buddy? You got work, right?
Yeah, I leave it at about 12:30 and I don't get home till about 2 a.m. So long day.
Yeah,
And
my
tomorrow
wife and I
too.
are going to we're going to go hopefully look for a couch today. We've been needing to get a new couch for a while, and maybe
Nice.
it's the day. Then we got to
Kids
hurry
and
back.
dogs can be rough on couches.
They can so
Hmm.
bad. And then we got
Hmm.
to come back and catch some FSU football, which we're probably going to lose again today. I just, man, icing on the cake. But then tonight, my wife and I are going to go out and see Speak No Evil, that new James McAvoy film.
Oh, okay. Let me know how that
Yeah.
is. Very
Yeah,
good.
we're going to watch that tonight. So yeah, man. So thanks for tuning in and watching, everybody. I super appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Go over and check out Greg's channel, New to Mythics. He's got new guests every week, and the show just continues to get better and
Yeah,
better and better.
Terrence is this weekend, and then my buddy Heinrich Hoffman is the following weekend or Tuesday. It's every Tuesday morning it drops a new episode. So this
Nice,
Tuesday is
nice.
Terrence, and then Heinrich, and then I think Stacy Lynn, Brian Lynn's wife. So yep, we got some good
Nice.
shows coming up.
Very cool. And check out our channel, Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I do reviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Brixton,
Great.
he says, going to pass by the Super 7 store in San Francisco today, about a 10-minute drive, do some window shopping. Man, I'd
Oh,
love to go to that
nice.
store. That would be amazing. I'd love to go
Yes.
there.
Love
And
Super
have a
7.
great weekend, folks. Absolutely.
Thanks,
So definitely.
Brick,
Thank
for
you guys for
dropping in.
tuning in and watching. And we'll catch you guys next week in the
Thank
Toy
you,
House.
guys.